Well, here we are again once more at the airport. And this guy doesn't know how to drive. Yeah, it said continue, continue. Let's just get through here before the pedestrians come around. And flowers. And we got two food trucks, Red Barn Market and Cisco. Yeah. Oh, and you gotta have Coke too. You gotta have a Coke truck. Yeah. So it was Monday night. It was mostly relaxed and easygoing. I had some lucky breaks, the biggest one of which was this run to the airport. And so I'm over the $200 mark, which is just all that I ask for a Monday. It's good enough. I'll be putting a bit of money in the bank and seeing how depleted that became with all the activities I did on the weekend and so on. But we'll check on that as we check on that. I got to watch a couple of movies and all the things that I was subscribed to on YouTube tonight. Yeah. And now it's dark when I come to work and it's dark when I go home. I've got, another hour or so. The time change, I think, it messed with me because, usually it would still be a bit of daylight when I'd leave home and go to work. But now, this time, it was completely dark. Pitch black darkness. So the time change, or turning back the clock, I'm not a fan of changing the time. I've probably said it before in these vlogs somewhere that I don't like it when you have to change the time. It should be the same damn time all year. Yeah. Well, at least I can sleep at work when nothing's happening. Well, talk to you tomorrow, I guess. It's been another one of those long, slow nights where you wait and you wait, and it took forever to get my first $50 on, and when I had that first $50, it seems like it took forever to break even. And it was a long haul, long, slow night. Very, very long, quiet. There was one point where I didn't have a call for almost 2 hours. And I watched movies on my phone, and I must have fallen asleep 7 times. And now, towards the end, it gets saved by a run to the airport. It wasn't even a time call, it was just a call. And there was a guy with a backpack. Not a big backpack either, just a little backpack, and says, "I'm going to the airport." And I asked him if he had a long trip, and he said, "No, just Edmonton." I said, "Well, that's longer than Vancouver." So he just got out of the car and he's on his way. And yeah, it was, like I said, a nondescript kind of night. There wasn't really that much going on. I am tired and weary. I don't feel like going to do my exercises this morning, but I think I'll go anyway. Oh, not much to report here. Talk to you sooner. What a strange night this was. I came out to work, and just as I'm coming out to work, Cindy, my ex, calls me up and asked me to help her set up her new television that she just bought because she didn't know how to plug it in and didn't know how to plug stuff into it and plug it into stuff and make it work and have a picture and sound and all that. So I told her, well, and then I got a call. I said, well, I got a call right now, so I can't come and help you right now, but I'll get there as soon as I can. So I did about 4 fairs back to back, one after another. And then there was a little lull in the action, and I said, okay, I'll be there soon. As I was almost to her place, I got a call to go back to where I was, and I just rejected it. In order to not be bothered anymore, I turned on the meter. When the meter's on, they can't give you a call. So I went over to Cindy's and we got her television working, and we got a picture and we got sound, and after dicking around with different wires and trying different things and figuring out that there is a volume control on the little remote control that comes with the TV. Anyway, after that, after helping her out, I came back to the part of town where I usually work, and I waited 2 whole hours to get a call. When I got a call, it went all the way out to Langford for $30, and the guy gave me $60, and he says, I'll probably need to go back in 2 or 3 hours. Can I have your number? I said, well, yeah, for double the fare, sure. And I've had people in the past who would dick around for that. But this guy, he called me up. He said, are you available? I said, yeah, sure. Are you still there? Yeah, I'll come and get you. So I came and got him, and I brought him back into town for, 30 on the meter, got 60 again. Beautiful. And then I had a few other fairs. As soon as I got back into town, I think I had 5 fairs back to back, one right after another. And, for 2 hours there earlier on, I was sitting. So I had my lease and fuel on just after midnight. And then, part of the thing where I took the guy out to Langford, that was before midnight, and the other part was after midnight, so I did well before and after. Now it's about 10 minutes to 5. This is Taxi Vlog 429. It is the morning of the 10th of November 2016, and we're at the stupidest, slowest traffic light in town, waiting for this thing to change. This used to be a roundabout once upon a time, a big roundabout, and it was so chaotic and stupid that they changed it to a hodgepodge of traffic lights. This was before I moved here. This was already this way before I got here. So, got about another hour to go. I think I'll work half of that hour and wash the car because I've got a appointment at 7 o'clock to get my back adjusted. Uh-oh, I got a call. I don't think I want to do this one. Reject. Let somebody else do it. There are certain calls I won't do at certain times. Like, I don't want to do 24-hour grocery at 5 o'clock. I'll tell you why. because anyone who's at the 24-hour grocery at 5 o'clock is not going very far. Yeah, I know that for a fact. It's not going to be a long trip. It's not going to be good. And I'm still kind of in a position to get a fare that might go long at this hour, because there are planes leaving town. I had airport runs the last 2 mornings in a row. To be honest, I don't really need one now because I've done well. So yeah, it's been a very successful little Wednesday night. I'll get back to you later in the week. I just had a more or less bizarre thing happen to me. I was sent to an address on Tillicum to pick someone up. And I picked up these 2 young men and this 1 young woman who, they were kind of, well, you could tell they had been drinking. And they were kind of, well, let's just say lowbrow. You know, they weren't exactly intellectuals. And they wanted to go to the Carlton Club. Okay, well, that seems to be the kind of place those kind of people usually hang out, so okay, fine, no problem. And they were, you know, saying dirty things about each other on the way there. And when we got there, one of the guys got out, and the woman got out too, but the other guy was going to pay, but no, she said, he's coming. He says, no, I'm not, I'm going home. Okay. He gave me an address in Oak Bay, near Oak Bay Avenue. And so I took him there, and it came out to $19.50. He tried to pay me with his medical card. No, I'm not a doctor. Well, I had to wake him up first, because he fell asleep as soon as we dropped off at the Carlton Club. He gave me the address, and I took him to the address, drove him there. And when we got there, he didn't have, he wanted to pay with his care card, but that didn't work. And then he was looking in all his pockets for his card to pay, but then he gave me a $20 bill and said, take me home. What? Okay. $20 bill. And then I said, but we're there. He says, no, that's just the address on my ID card. This is where I want to go. He says, just take me there. Here's $20. Keep the change. Just take me there. So I take him there. Then we get there. Then he's sleeping again. And I have to wake him up. So I wake him up again. And I say, we're there. He says, okay. So he's reaching in all his pockets again. Reaching in all his pockets. He can't find... He finally pulls out his card, his bank card. And I'm thinking, okay, bank card, beautiful. I got a bank card. And he says, oh, I want to pay, but I'll pay you tomorrow. I said, what do you mean you'll pay me tomorrow? He says, well, I'll give you my card to pay, but I'll pay you tomorrow because I don't want to mess up my credit rating. I'm going, what? He says, look, just call me tomorrow. I said, well, what number do I call you at? He gave me a phone number. I took down his phone number, and I have his stupid card. And his $20. And I didn't run the meter, unfortunately, from where we started, from that address where I first took him to the address where I took him after that. I'd figure he owes me about $15. But whatever. Okay, I got his card, I got his phone number, and he wants to clear it with me tomorrow. Well, I might not call him. I might just not call him, because he He was not... It was fucked up from the beginning to end. You get one of those really fucked up fairs that you're just glad it's over. Well, I kind of am. Anyway, we're almost halfway through the night on Thursday night, and I'll talk to you sooner. Probably at the end of this shift. Well, there's the car wash that I didn't go through. I went through a wand wash where you do the car wash yourself. I never really showed you this part of my night, did I? This is the drive from the gas station to where we parked the cab. And sorry about the beeping, but it does that sometimes. Well, it was a successful night. I did really well for a Thursday, but that's to be expected because it is a long weekend. We have Remembrance Day today, this morning that is. It is Friday the 11th, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, with Remembrance Day, a lot of people are not going to work, and so because they're not going to work, last night they went batshit crazy and did a lot of things that they don't typically do. That there is where I usually sit and wait for something to happen. But this is the way back to where we park it. Yeah, I was fairly busy. It was pretty steady most of the night. I got in excess of 300, so that's good enough. Wasn't quite as good as the night before, but the night before was kind of phenomenal with those two $30 tips, which is what put that night over the edge. Tonight I didn't have a lot of time, or in the shift that just went by, I didn't have a lot of time to watch videos or goof off too much. I was just working hard. And, well, I'm glad it's over now. And I can go home, and I can relax, and then I've got one more night to go. So I'm going to wind down in the morning and have something to eat, have a few drinks, go to sleep, and I'll be ready for tomorrow. Ambulance is going out at this hour, 6:11 in the morning. Yeah, this is going to be it. Talk to you tomorrow, or something like that. Well, I'm just about done. The Friday night was quiet. Friday night. It was nowhere near what a Friday night usually is. And that's just because it was Remembrance Day. And people had done their Friday kind of stuff on Thursday night, and now the actual Friday, a lot of people did nothing, so it wasn't all that great. I think I did about, well, under 300, but considerably more than 2. It was a long, drawn-out thing, and I watched a fair number of things on my phone. Finished watching a movie, and I watched all the things that I was subscribed to, and I tried to watch another movie, but it was in Japanese, and I couldn't understand anything, so I went and saw another Japanese movie that was in English, but with Japanese accents. Rook, you have betrayed my family's honor! You know, things like that. So, I'm feeling kind of lazy right now. I might just hose the... You know what? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna fuel up and park it. And I'll go through the car wash. That's what I'll do. Even though it might rain again. Yeah, I've had enough. This was a long, dragged out kind of night. I just want to go home and be left alone. I hope yours is better than mine.